Hi, everybody. It's me, Mike Celestino from LaughingPlace.com. I'm here at Disneyland Resort with Tom Fitzgerald from Walt Disney Imagineering, and we're talking about the new Soarin Across America.
Yes.
And this is the third version of this attraction. I think people are big fans of the previous two versions. Can you tell me a little bit about why this was the right time to update Soarin once again, and tell me a little bit about the new version?
Yeah. Well, I think our dream for Soarin was always that we'd continue to build the library as time went forward. In fact, when we finished Soarin around the world about 10 years ago, we said, where do we want to go next? And I said, how about across America? The 250th celebration, that's this year, gave us a great opportunity to say, now's the time, let's do it. And we did it fast. We did it in 12 months, which is a record for us. But we really wanted to add this to the celebration and also add it to our library.
Great. Well, can you tell me about some of the specific locations that we get to visit?
Yes, as you can imagine, you get about a dozen shots in a Soarin show. We have 50 states. So selecting where to go was the biggest challenge at the start. And so we ultimately came to saying, what's the story we want to tell? Well, we want to go from sea to shining sea. Okay, great. We'd like to go from dawn to night. Okay, great. We want to basically move across the country. So in 12 shots, we sort of broke it up into three categories. One was, what would our guests expect to see in a 250th celebration? I'd expect to see Washington, D.C., and I'd expect to see the Statue of Liberty. You know, I would expect to see Mount Rushmore, things that read right away as patriotic. The next is, what are places that you look at, they instantly know where you are? Because in Soarin, they're short shots, so the audience needs to know. We studied so many cities and places to say, does it read from the air? Because that's what Soarin is all about. So New York Harbor, great, with the Statue of Liberty. Hollywood, the sign says Hollywood, I know I'm in Hollywood. And then a third category that said, you know, if we can't cover everything, what if we were to find shots that represent a region? So like, you know, beautiful fall foliage, or the bayous of the South, or the rugged Atlantic coastline, or the plains of the West. And so those shots sort of cover a lot of territory for us. It's not about the specific states, it's about the tapestry of what makes America so special.
So once you have all these locations chosen, what can you tell me about the technical process of actually going out and filming this footage?
So this is the first time that we didn't actually physically scout.
Okay.
We didn't have time, so we had to use high-tech tools to virtually plot our shots out digitally before we went to the locations. And that worked out amazingly well. It was something we couldn't have done years before. Of course, the camera technologies get better and better and better, so the resolution gets better and better and better. But we still shot most of the shots with helicopter. We did one drone shot, and that's to give us the feeling that you want for, you know, these shots need to feel like you're hang gliding.
Yeah.
And so that was important to get that organic feel. And then, of course, we put it all together and program it in the field and add the scents and the score. We take the beautiful Jerry Goldsmith score, and I think we had a 102-piece orchestra, which is huge. And Bruce Broughton, who's worked with us before on many shows, did the arrangement. He did the arrangement for Soarin' Around the World, came back together. So it was a sprint to the finish line. It is in previews at Walt Disney World at Epcot right now. I think it opens on the 26th, and at Disneyland Resort it opens July 2nd.
And I think guests here at least have gotten used to every food and wine festival. They bring out Soarin' over California.
Yeah.
Is this something we can expect, like a rotation of all three as time goes by?
That's the goal, is that this film will go into our Soarin' library, and then the parks can choose how they want to rotate the films in and out and give our guests, you know, more fun and more to see. Speaking of more fun, I have to make sure I give a plug for our good pal Patrick Warburton, who has returned to do a very special introduction for Soarin' Across America. And spoiler alert, it's been a little while since we've seen him. He's now been promoted to Captain Patrick. So a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun for the fans and for our guests, and our hope is that everybody will come together and enjoy this journey coast to coast and really feel how special the USA is.
Great. Thank you so much for telling me all about Soarin' Across America. I can't wait to experience it for myself. And come on down here to Disneyland Resort and down at Walt Disney World if you're over on the East Coast to check out the attraction. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mike Celestino. Again, this is Tom Fitzgerald from Walt Disney Imagineering. We'll see you real soon. Thanks. Bye.